Hello, this is Gerald Overmars. I have not such a good memory of that allows me to recognize flower names so easily, but I never actually thought about, yeah, why not use my own method to recognize the forms already immediately from the letters, because every letter not just has a position, it's that position which also uh, actually reflects the way how to look at it, the way how to name it, the way where it's positioned and how you behave towards it, where it is, and sometimes also where is your focus so that you can recognize it as quickly as possible. And it's the same thing for every uh, uh, word that I already examined. From the flowers, I will go to all the flowers and I will remember them for the rest of my life, thanks to this method. Because and for you, it is a good opportunity to recognize also where these letters can be associated, because most of the associations we make with letters are quite intuitively or even completely unconscious, and we have no clue that colors have a meaning, that letters have a meaning, but they are quite meaningful. They are meaningful because they are the place that they should be, so they also describe what they should describe. As simple as that. How that works, I have that in a couple of videos, but it's all about focus and about giving an order to the focus. And this focus is as simple as possible, as simple as 1, 2, 3. The whole system is 1, 2, 3, and the whole idea is also of giving an order in 1, 2, 3, not just about before and after, but also like what do I have to choose. That's why 1, 2, 3, and you give it a go and you give it a connection, and so on. A whole system that I worked out, which is basically to you can see what is in that scheme here at the right. So some focuses are in space, in just one focus. Some focuses are in the time context. Some are in a contextual frame, so that you have to figure out where does it fit as a formula in a time and space context. Basically, very quickly, that's what my theory is about. Wisteria. So the first letter is the W, which we could imagine as this form, and as this form actually comes from somewhere. It has a certain position in my focus choices. Actually, it's a bit further than in the middle of that system. So in the yin and yang balance, it is just out of balance, and that's where you have to see it. It's just out of balance. That means all the things that we build up from our following up of things, of what we push forward as what we think to know, has its limits, because at a certain point there will come a feedback, and then we will meet that, okay, it's not really, we don't know everything, we have to adapt a little bit. All these things are the second half of the letters focuses. The W is exactly over the edge, so it is there where I will show it in the next frame, where it is actually the maximum that you can push forward, and it gives you a sort of lingering on in the vertical thing, and you get this form associated from it very easily. It's that maximum where a process can go, where you have a push forward, and it just has its own go a little bit further on. And that form is actually coming forth from it. So if you have a growth process, plants are a growth process, then it is also that maximum where you can get out, and that's where it's going to, where it's lingering on, where it hangs on. That's the W where you can recognize here. And the we then, of course that's the second letter, is there where you can include it, and you almost recognize the exact position of the plant, because where is that plant? It's there where it's lingering on, and then it's hanging on, and it pushes forward. It can't grow much further actually from here on, and it tries to hang on still a little bit. That's the W. And E is okay, there I can hang on something, there I can adapt it, that's my good foundation. That's my foundation for the plant. That's the foundation for the wisteria. Wisteria will include its pattern, because that's where I found time and place is correct, that I can have my flower, and then my flower will have that all of its effect and its full bloom will come from there. And that's the position with T. That's the position where it go to an area. It's actually describing that focus, or that where I connect to, or where all the connections goes. Where in fact the flower is making its connections to make it a prosperous form and interconnection with its environment and so on. Therefore, also the R, where of course the everything of interconnections can come in, like the bees and so on. Just come in there. There's the flower. Here it is. The basics are immediately recognized in this WIST already, that you say, okay, yeah, I know where it is. It's in that form. It's actually quite quickly understood from the letter positions and the forms that are easily associated from it. And that was my point. You recognize Wisteria. I remember Wisteria also from the sounds. Thanks again for watching. Bye.